Hey there, I'm Tracy with Legacy Woodworking Machinery, and this is a series of videos on Conversational CAM Pro or CCAM Pro's powerful features. In this video, we're going to look at single part programming. Now, in a previous video, we talked about project management. And so we had a complete project like this, the table that had the legs, the rails, and the tabletop. But in this video, we want to look specifically at just one part, like if you had to reproduce a spindle like this. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So whenever we start Conversational CAM or CCAM Pro, we'll go up here and click on the projects to get started. At this point, we'll click on New, and we're going to give it a name, and I'm just going to call it a spindle. Now, because this is a single part, there aren't a lot of parts in here, just the one. I'm going to click on Turning Center because this is a turned element. And then we'll click Save. Click on Select and start setting the part up. Once you do that, up here at the top, you'll see the name of the project, which is Spindle, and then a list of all the workstations. In this case, just the Turning Center. So we'll select that first and then click on Manage Parts. At this point, we'll click on New. And now we could give it a name and call it anything that you want. Although you'll notice that there's a button right here that simply says use the project name. So this is the way we typically set up a single part. Give the project a name and then just use that name for the part itself. And then we could come up here and give it a length. For example, this might be a table leg. It might be 18 or 28 inches long. We'll have a thickness. We might be making this one 3 inches. And the number of sides is 4. So we'll click Save. And there's the part called Spindle. And we'll close that. And then at this point, if you click on the part itself, you can then click on Manage Toolpaths. Now here, we don't click on New. We just come over here and select what we're going to do. That particular spindle, if we take a look at it, has square ends. This section here, we would start off by turning it around, and then we would follow this shape like a copy lathe. So we would think through that process, and we'd start off by saying, okay, I'm going to do some indexing. We'll do a multi-sided surfacing, and we'll add that. Again, we'll get into the details of the actual toolpaths or processes in upcoming videos. But in this video, we're simply setting up the part itself. After we've got that on there, we're going to go to turning and say we're going to turn it around. We'll add that one. And then the last thing we're going to do is go to Import and select Vector Turning, where we'll actually be able to import a G-code that we created on a 2D toolpath, and it'll turn it into a copy lathe. Again, more details on that when we get to that process. For right now, we're just setting up the part. So we've created a project that's called Spindle. We have a single workstation, and we have a single part with the same name. And then we've added our toolpaths. Of course, you can generate your code, you can save your G-code, and you can start running the parts. But we'd have to program all of this, and we're not going to focus on that now. Just show you how to set up your single part process. With that, we'll call it good and see you in the next video.